That's Sarah.
And that's Anna.
And this is
the Midnight Girl Cast.
Welcome back.
We're so excited to be back with you.
Housekeeping.
We are going to be doing every other Thursday because I'm going into super busy season with recruiting and I'll be all over the country. So just easier this way so we can still deliver you some great episodes. And yeah.
She's just rubbing it in our face, isn't she? She's like, I'm going to be all over the world.
No, it's like actually not fun at all. But I love my job, but it's just different.
Yeah.
It's different. Traveling for work is not the same and traveling for leisure. Leisure. Isn't that what people say?
Oh, yeah.
This week on the Midnight Girls.
Sarah will get into it with some psychology. All right. You don't really understand your friendships. Guess what? She's here to tell you why. Your turn.
Oh, we're going to talk about, we are going to get super vulnerable with you. So if you are not in the mood to have a serious conversation,
scram!
No, we want you to stay. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. But be prepared for a little bit of a sombering conversation because friendships are tough. And we shared a lot with you and
but you're built like Ford tough.
Wait, oh my God, that was my mascot in high school.
Really?
Was an actual car. Fords. So our slogan was built Ford tough.
Just like you.
Anna, tell us what you're wearing.
I am wearing a sweater I accidentally got at Forever 21. It was in the men's section.
Oh.
And it fit me, and I thought it was a girl's.
I know, I like it, though.
Way back when I was 18, I thought it was a dress. I thought it was a sweater dress. It was a man's extra, extra large sweater.
You thought it was a sweater dress. And also, you've had that since you were 18?
Yes.
Anna, you're in your 30s.
Oh, my God. You're right.
That's like, we're like the old people that's like, this article of clothing has been longer. I've had this longer than you've been alive.
I feel like it should have like my school logo on it or something. But it used to be like a big thing, like putting a belt like in the smallest part of you and just cinching in literally everything. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I did with this all the time. When it was cold in Florida, I'd put on some tights and then I'd cinch it with a little belt as tight as I could. And it was a cute little sweater dress.
And now it's a pajama shirt.
Now it's my pajama shirt. But I do wear it out sometimes because
it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah. I love it.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a mama sweatshirt. I just feel like it was a perfect thing to wear because we were going to be talking about 2016. And the juxtaposition of my life now,
bro,
than it was then.
Girl.
This is just like the epitome of what that is. Yeah. A mama. A mama. So I love this sweatshirt. It has like their names on the sleeve. And yeah, just super comfy and cozy.
Sarah, what is your brain buzzing about this week?
Well, I kind of already started, but the 2016 trend, I feel like my brain has been buzzing about this for a couple weeks now because it's been all over my For You. And
yeah,
it just kind of transported me back in time.
Yeah.
I didn't post anything because nothing felt that it would do the year justice.
I totally agree.
The year of 2016, let me just paint this picture for you.
Yeah.
I graduated college, went to IUP, loved it. Every second of it. I have the best memories from my last semester, senior year at IUP. I drank every day except for Mondays. It was a rule. I played on the ultimate Frisbee team. I was
every day except on Mondays.
It was so fun. I had an internship. I was in a sorority. It was just honestly an amazing semester.
Yeah.
There's some heartbreak in there too. And then I left after graduation 2 weeks after I moved to Florida.
Oh, wow. This is when the college program thing happened.
Yes. So I did a Disney college program. Again, maybe another little heartbreak in there. And I made so many new friends. It was amazing. And then November rolls around. October, November.
Mm-hmm.
I start dating Zach. And then I get my full-time job with Disney. as a manager in food and beverage.
Wow.
So I went from, the amount of life that I had in 2016
Mm-hmm.
and the amount of crazy, life moments, I guess is a perfect way to
Oh,
say it.
yeah, life
Just crazy
moments.
life moments that I had in 2016. I just look back on it and said, nothing that I post will do this justice. I could post 1,000 pictures just from my spring semester, 1,000 pictures just from my college program. And then just of Zach and I in the beginning stages of our like whirlwind romance.
I love that.
And to graduate college, move to my dream job, get my dream job, find my soulmate, like in 1 year.
It was a wild year, dude.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was a crazy year. So I don't have like the same high hopes for 2026 because I don't plan on finding another soulmate. I don't plan on graduating college and I don't plan on, I already had my dream job. So
Yeah, seriously.
yeah. So that's been my brain buzzing. It's just like
Oh, yeah.
reminiscing and looking back at all of these people that were in my life.
Yeah.
So many people.
Yeah.
Flooded 2016 for me. So many old faces from, 4 years of college to new faces in college, and then with the college program, and then meeting Zach and meeting all of his friends and his family and his life here in Orlando.
Yeah.
I just feel like it was inundated with people. And it's a lot of just reminiscing on those. It's a lot of reminiscing on those relationships and the where are they now.
Yeah.
So I feel like for the last couple of weeks, every time it pops up on my For You page, I just like search another random friend and see what they're doing. Yeah. Like, and just be like, oh, I wonder what your life is like right now. Or, maybe the person, actually, not maybe, there's a couple people that like look at my stories all the time that I don't talk to anymore, but are in those 2016 pictures.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the last couple of weeks, I've been like, oh, well, let me go actually like look at your page and see what you've been doing in life for the last 10 years.
That's crazy that this has had like that kind of reaction on you, because for me, it had the total opposite reaction of
gosh.
I was just like, nope.
Tell me more.
2016 was great because like I had I was getting so many weddings for photography, so like working was really good. Like I was really hustling. I was like really making a name for myself in my business. And which is amazing because it's 2016 and I was like, what? Gosh. It's 23 and I was just like on top of the world with like so much work, building up a name for myself, all this great stuff, traveling. Villas and I started dating. And like when Villas and I started dating, it felt like you said you and Zach had a whirlwind romance. Yeah. Villas and I also had it was like a whirlwind romance. I really honestly forgot that we dated for a year before we even got married because it feels like we were just so ready to get married the moment that we were like started dating. It was like punishing to wait a year. I remember that feeling. I remember being like, we have to wait how long? Like this is wild. And then finally I just remember like finally getting married and it was like, okay, this is the best, because that's when everything happened. But I mean, that's what I think of in 2016 is just like this snowball effect of like constant work and me and Villa's dating.
Yeah. So you're not like looking back at like pictures and being like, oh, I need to like go and like hardcore reminisce on all of this time.
Right.
Because you probably actively reminisce on like your relationship anyway.
Yeah.
So like this isn't going to change much of that.
Yeah.
And Zach and I only dated for like 2 months during 2016, but I understand that feeling. I wanted to marry Zach right away, but we did not.
You were telling me that and we bonded over that. I was like, yeah, I would have.
But you did it
then.
I didn't get married for, I don't even know, 6 years.
Sure.
And so I'm jealous of you because you also had kids younger too.
I did. I had, well, and it was like a surprise, but it was a great surprise. Didn't plan it, but it got both of our butts in gear for like making a real career out of our lives and like really hankering down, honestly. My oldest was born literally in the height of 2020. And I mean, we could go on and on about that. I mean, that could be a whole episode all by itself, but like, Yeah, I look back at that and I'm actually pretty glad that we started having kids younger too because I mean in a real sense even though like our lives we kind of hit the ground running and that's full of passion and that's full of romance and it's full of like all of these beautiful like ups and downs. I'm really happy we did everything young because it really built us some type of like security blanket when things get hard, when things got hard. I mean, everything was really fast, but I just have no regrets. Any chance you still talk to anybody from 2016?
Yeah, it's funny to think about 2016 and like who my friends were. And at that time, I was out almost every night with different groups of friends and just having the time of my life.
Yeah.
And right now, I only talk to 3 girls from college. And it's so funny because nothing bad happened. We'll randomly send in my sorority group chat random things. Like, I didn't have a falling out with all of these people. It
Right.
just, our lives went into a million different directions
Yeah.
and we no longer had that proximity. And I think the realization that just like nothing bad happened and you can just move on with your life was so hard after college,
Aw.
right? Because that 2017 year, everyone can understand like that melancholy you feel when you are now not surrounded by the people that make life so fun and you're in an apartment by yourself. Maybe you have a few roommates, but they're working now. And it's just a weird feeling.
It is a weird feeling. Growing up is so bizarre.
It is so bizarre. And I think 2016 was kind of the starting point of growing up for me.
Yeah. Well, I think that everything that we're talking about is common.
Yeah, you're not like, we're not going around talking about all these friends that we are now excommunicated with, but we're thinking it.
What a funny choice of words, Sarah. That's so funny.
I'm hilarious.
I've only been excommunicated that one time.
Try like 100 times. I have a good chunk of people like just sitting out there, just
Yeah.
that I pass by and I like a post.
Maybe I'm doing social media wrong. I don't do that.
Oh, interesting. So you don't follow like a lot of people from your past?
I really push things that aren't like they aren't in my world anymore. I really push them aside. I don't want to say disassociate because I know what that feels like. But
Yeah.
like it's almost that because it's like, well, we're not friends anymore. Like you're not in my life anymore.
Yeah.
This like I don't even want to say disassociation, but it's just like it doesn't click for me anymore. Um yeah, and it's hard for me to just like pick up the ball and just be like, "Oh, look at how great they're doing," or "Look at how terrible they're doing." I don't know. It's hard for me to pay attention sometimes.
It's funny to me that you say that just knowing you because with ex-boyfriends, you don't feel that way.
No, yeah.
Like, I mean, now, of course, but like
Yeah.
back then, like you weren't completely shutting the door. And I was never I never shut the door on ex-boyfriends. But,
Oh,
but a lot of my friends would completely excommunicate, remove ex-boyfriends from their lives forever. Whereas I like them as like a rotating door. Whereas
yeah.
you also felt that way too, which I know. And so it's interesting with friends,
Yeah.
the door was firmly shut.
It is firmly shut for me. I think that what I'm learning about myself is that I've always had a hard time with women.
Hmm. I can't see that.
It's not even just it's just women. Like I just have a really tough time with.
I'm
I have a
sorry.
tough time like figuring them out. I mean, maybe somebody out there understands. It's really hard for me to make really strong female relationships, but when I do have them, they stick.
Yeah.
They stick. I have like I mean, God, Aaron, Eliza, Rachel, I have you. Like they're the people that I've had in my life I've had for years.
Yeah.
So when those people um have either shut me out or I had to shut them out, it's devastating. It's like a death.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you're dead. There's like a group of people that I've completely blocked, all female, because it's like you're not allowed to even snoop on me. You're not allowed to know what I'm doing.
Wow.
I Yeah.
That I don't think the way that you're handling it is wrong. I think it's just different than the way I do.
It's very interesting, right?
No, I know that you think, I know you, and I know that you're thinking that it's wrong.
Yeah, I do.
But it's not. I really feel like it's just the way that your brain is functioning with losing love.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what friendship is. It's love. And when you feel it being taken away from you, whether it was tumultuous or not, and it was just, it faded.
Yeah, it's just that rejection is such a strong sting.
Mm-hmm. And people deal with it differently.
Yeah. When I've been rejected, it's really tough for me. It's really tough for me to just be like, sure, let's do this again. Phyllis and I have had really deep conversations, really good conversations about what it would look like if a certain person had like tried to come back into my life and what we would do if she was like, hey, like, let's just talk. And I told him straight up that I would just be like, absolutely not.
Wow.
Like, he was like,
Yeah.
are you sure about that, girl? And I was like, yeah, absolutely not. He said, why? And I said, because she left me during a time when I needed her. And then I backed up a little bit and I said, maybe I would have a conversation just to see why the door closed so suddenly. Maybe that would be a good conversation to have. I told him, absolutely not a friendship outside of that. How can you trust?
Agreed. I think the trust, and I also admire you because you're not going to give a part of yourself up just to give someone else closure, which they don't deserve. And I think a lot of us, because we feel guilty of, maybe we stopped answering, or maybe it was us who got married and moved away, or, we felt in our minds it was us who was the problem.
That resonates with me, but it's also complicated because there are so many things that I do die for closure on.
Mm-hmm.
That like I would want that for me.
We are human beings, so we are full of hypocritical thoughts.
Okay.
And hypocritical
like,
feelings that don't fit into a box.
Yeah.
That we can't rationalize. So I think you are allowed to feel one way when it comes to a relationship type of love.
Yeah.
And a friendship love. And maybe it's you feel differently from a close friend versus an acquaintance type friend. Yeah. And I think all of that is normal in the way that you handle it. I would love closure with some of my friends that I no longer talk to. And I would love to be able to chat and, but I don't know how healthy closure is at certain points in our lives. I think that's just a part of growing up, is figuring what that looks like for you.
Okay. This quote had me hung up the other day, and it just
I love how much you use Pinterest. What a crazy thing to love.
Pinterest is like my magazine.
What a weird thing to say.
My magazine of art.
Wait.
There's nothing to do. Like, there's no one to talk to on it. There's nothing to be like, oh, I've got to like that post because, I need hearts.
And they'll know if I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not marketing. It's not this. I mean,
wait,
photographers,
I can't stand
artists.
The marketing. So I love that you love Pinterest. Maybe I should get into it, but you're an artiste.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I'm getting even.
So you're liking Pinterest for your leisure?
It is my leisure. Oh, God. Find me on Pinterest 24/7. There is no noise. That's what I like about Pinterest. This quote is so good. It says, we drink the poison our minds pour for us and wonder why we feel so sick. Atticus said that. If you hate it, don't tell me.
No, I don't hate it at all.
I think it's beautiful.
Why did that resonate with you?
Because our perception is our truth.
Yes. That.
Yes.
So our perception of our friendship, how it ended, what it was like, what the starting looked like, the beginning looked like, the middle looked like. Yes. All of that is our reality, our perception, our truth.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's true.
Well, and I was talking to you too about like what I was working through with in therapy, like how I'm queen of subliminal messaging, like just constantly wondering, what is this person actually saying? Like, it is my absolute downfall. I sit there and I wonder, I mean, you've experienced it. Mm-hmm. I called you today because I was like, hey, just making sure everything's good because you didn't text me back for a second.
I said, you're being crazy.
And I was like,
I think you need
just
me.
making sure you're okay.
I think you need me, but I need you.
I need you for sure because you tell me all of the things that I'm overthinking.
Yes.
And when we say overthinking, we've just been thinking, oh, I'm overthinking it. Like, I'm just wondering if that person's okay. When really, the truth of the matter is, for me, I'm wondering what that person's actual truth is that I'm missing.
But you know what's so crazy is that the reason why I feel like I learn a lot from you is because you say what you're thinking.
Yes.
You're not going to stew over it. And I think that's a part of, growing up and figuring out, like, that that's something that you do and you struggle with it internally. So you might as well struggle with it externally and let your friends help you navigate that, because you're only going to continue to spiral in your head if you don't say, hey, Sarah, like, you good? You still coming over? Like, what's
right?
And yes, of course. Duh.
Yes.
Or, hey, I hate what we're talking about today. And
I'd
I'd be like, do you hate it?
A great deep conversation that I was hoping it would become. Do you hate it?
No, I actually love it.
Do you hate it?
Do you hate it? No, I mean, I just think it's so cool how much confidence you have, and the way my perception of our friendship is that you have so much confidence and you have so much trust in me that you can ask those questions because I'm going to answer them truthfully.
These are all things that I'm severely working on because I still don't know if you are ever going to just be like, I changed my mind. Well, I mean, I think I'm just traumatized by what people like say and then what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
No, I think some friendships end because of that. Just that right there. Let's hang out. I can't wait to get dinner with you. Let's find a time.
Yeah.
Now that our lives are so complicated, friends fall away so much easier.
So hard. Because
what they say is not what we do.
And then everything gets in the way.
Yes.
Like, everything gets in the way because all of our priorities shift as adults, right? I don't hear back from so many people, like, even though, like, I really want to get dinner with some, like, families, or I want to get together and I want to have a play date. And I'm like, I don't hear back from them, but, like, I can't even hold it against them because they have their own families. They have their own priorities. They have all these other things going on. But do I internalize it and wonder, is it me? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And I'm on that other end of both, where I have 100 unread messages. I don't answer anybody. I'm dealing with 2 one-year-old twins and a full-time job and
God bless
crazy
America.
hobby, right? I feel when people don't respond to me, like, oh, is everything okay? Like, are we still friends? Like, what's going on? Like, I haven't seen you in a couple months. Like, and then you pick back up where you left off for the most part. And it's just really hard to reconcile when I'm reviewing, 2016 pictures and reminding myself of my life back then.
Yeah, where you could make everything.
Yeah. And the yes and the proximity. We were talking and there's actually this thing called the mere exposure effect, where it's a concept in psychology. And it just means that we tend to like people because we're around them more often. College friendships, high school friendships. What were we doing?
Barbie and Ken. They got boxed in the same box, like, sorry. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, we had class schedules, sports, clubs, we had partying, we saw the same people at the bars. Yeah. Did it necessarily mean you had to have a deep compatibility with them?
No.
The mere exposure effects talks about the proximity, not the depth of your relationship. It didn't always go below the glacier.
The glacier.
Yes. You have this beautiful friendship above water, but there's so much more to you as a person that not all friendships get to experience.
I think that I think it's also a shame too, because like we as people kind of divvy up what we're going to show someone. I think we do it without even realizing it too, because I'm not going to say I was a different person in all of the groups, all of my friend groups, But there were different personalities that responded differently to certain things. So you would do more or less of that thing, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I feel like those sections of groups got a section of me. And yeah, it just makes me wonder as we're 33, as we're all just like putting ourselves kind of back together. I don't know if you feel that way.
Mhm.
I know I definitely do. After having kids and all of these things, and it's just like slowly like coming back to me. I'm kind of realizing that I don't ever want to separate myself ever again, like with my friend groups. I want to be constant and like I don't know.
No, I actually love where you're going with this because, I resonate with that so much. I
Yeah.
wanna feel like I can be 100% who I am
Yes.
with the people that I'm surrounding myself with,
Yes.
and if I have to fracture parts of myself, then that friendship should not be in my life.
Yeah.
Because as we grow older, whether you have kids or not, kids obviously add a ginormous layer, but whether you have
Mhm.
kids or not, your life has changed. Why are you gonna waste the very valuable time that you have for friends
Mhm.
with people you have to be mindful around?
It's just something that like was really sitting in my heart like this week as, as I went through something kind of crazy. I kind of had like a crazy moment.
Crazy.
Um And I'm just sitting there and I'm like opening up myself again to like all of myself. And I didn't even know I closed myself off. There's just parts of me that I was like, that's too much. That part is too much. And she's just like full blown back. She's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not too much. And it felt like welcoming um a friend back into my life, being like, "Ugh, honestly, this is what it was. I shut out emo Anna for so long, and it's like, no, I love the dark. I love the dark art, like beautiful artistic things that maybe don't make sense that song lyrics that just like are really sad and upsetting. Like all of these things that I just absolutely love. Like catch me with black hair next time you see me. I don't know. That I'm just like
I would love that.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be so dope? Like
That would look so good on you.
I just saw these beautiful things that I was like, why have I shut this girl out for so long? Like, what was the deal with that? And I think it honestly revolves obviously around my decisions, but also around the friendships that I had and what was accepted and what was not.
Mm.
So I don't know. People have this concept to keep the people at your table kind of tight and not your physical literal table. Like
Yeah, we
invite
know.
whoever you want over.
We know.
But the people in your mind who you're like, "I'm gonna listen to you, and I'm gonna talk to you,
Yes.
and you're gonna give me things that I also need because I value your opinion." And I just realized the people at the table, like, wow, maybe it's a little bit smaller, but, like, I really value who I have at my table, you know?
Yeah, I do. I still can't shut that part off of myself where, like, I value friendships in a weird way of I think the more that I have, the more validation I feel.
Yeah, why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I
Validation in what?
uh, I've always been told that I'm too much, and I think also just having the type of personality that I have, everyone's just said how easy it is to make friends. And yes, the acquaintanceships are very easy for me.
Mhm, same,
The first impressions, donezo. That's why I'm so good at my job.
same.
It's the depth that scares me. And so when I
Yeah.
do create friendships that have depth, I try really hard to hold on to all of them, no matter how many there are. And it does take up a lot of space. And it has been getting harder to do that. And so I have found myself still trying really hard to keep those friendships that mean so much to me active and engaged but I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out as I grow older of like what the sustainability of that looks like, and also why too. I think the validation just comes from knowing that somebody likes me for me.
Yeah.
And then I have people who want to spend time with this person, this girl who's too much.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I feel like I kind of blow this psychology idea out of the water because this guy named Robin Dunbar, he created this Dunbar effect. And he created it because he studied the human brain and also the brains of primates. And he looked at the neocortex and he said there's a correlation between brain size and group size that they were spending their time with. So I think it was like gorillas have a smaller neocortex. That's the front of your brain. And so their groups that they spend time with are only 10. But monkeys have a bigger one and they actually are in groups of 50.
Yeah.
And so you base off, research and also groups in the past, like the Roman soldiers had units of 150. There's studies from cavemen that were in groups of 150.
Yeah.
And so he, like around 150 to 200. And so he came up with that number for us, that we can hold friendships of 150 to 200. And you'll actually see that across culture, because a lot of, like in the military, you'll see this in units. And you'll also see this in corporate, where they'll try and keep organizational structures to be 150. So you're creating this group of people that have an understanding of each other, right? It kind of breaks it down even more, where it says you can only have within that friendships like 3 to 5 like really meaningful ones, 3 to 5 people who you're really emotionally close with. You're bearing your soul to these people. And then you have, another 15 that you consider really good friends. Then there's another layer, about 50 people you are feeling friendly towards and connected to. And then as it kind of grows into just, that connection and that friendship, that casual friendship. And it's just so interesting to see how that number has changed in my life. How do you feel about those numbers?
I resonate with these numbers a lot. Like 150 sounds right. Like I feel like when I'm thinking of a big event that I want to throw, like it's hard to keep the number under 50, to be honest. So 150 sounds right. And 3 to 5 really close friends also sounds really right. Well, and I
It's like,
also want to say, like, I understand what you mean now by like that it was validating for you to have all of these people, because like I don't know, it just kind of clicked in my brain when you said it. Like it's validating for me as a girl who has been told that she's been too much her whole life
that's
to
why we
have
get
all
along
of these
really
people.
well. And we started a podcast because we're too much. We want to share that with the world.
Period. Well, and I would like to remind you that we are not too much. We are a lot, but we are not too much, okay?
Amen, sister.
But like the thing is, like, if we've been told that we've been too much for so long, and that, because I was told the same thing, never had problem making a friend, and it always just like the way I was described growing up, it felt like it felt like somebody thought I was an idiot. Like, couldn't meet a stranger. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me I could be kidnapped. Like, that's what you're telling me. Like,
Oh my God. Couldn't meet a stranger. That is the funniest thing ever. No, Sarah,
dude.
I would always say Sarah could talk to a wall.
Yeah, people would say, Anna's never met a stranger. She could just like wave to anybody, start a conversation with anyone. I'm like, okay.
Because we are people and we have things in common.
Oh, yeah. Like, there are things to talk about in this world. And it was painted out as a superpower. And now I kind of like deconstructing it. And I'm like, it's not a superpower, it's charm. I'm charming.
You are charming. I'm feeling that. I'm charming.
So are you, Sarah. Like, okay, so we're charming. Like, we know how to read a room. We know how to talk to people. Emotional intelligence goes way beyond what you actually think. Like, I mean, it feels crazy to say this, but I do feel like I could talk myself into a job. Like, I do feel like I could have somebody in the right field bet on me because of my confidence, because I could come in and say, well, I don't really know how to do that yet, but I can learn in probably 2 hours. and I will get it done quicker for you than blah 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 because I'm a beast at this and this and this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when people are interviewing, I'm sure you talk about this a lot. When people are interviewing, they're looking for you to say, "I got this."
I tell my students all the time, no one cares about what you know. They care about how you show what you know.
Exactly.
They want to see your charm. They want to see your charisma. They want to see how you would approach a conversation with a stranger.
Exactly.
And so we've never met a job interview we wouldn't pass. That's why I went into the field of job interviewing. And I feel with our friendships, it's hard to keep that number small because you meet people in the wild and when you have a personality like that and you find commonality, because that's our goal. Like it's subconscious for me to find commonality with a stranger. And maybe, that is likely that I could get kidnapped because of it. Absolutely. But
Yes,
I paid the price. I figured it out.
I charm my captor. He's over here asking me questions about my life and I get to tell him and then I'm,
and then he'll release me.
And then he's in love with me.
So messed up.
It's kind of funny though.
It's so messed up.
I just feel like people have described this charm as being an idiot, basically. Now that's probably deep into some type of weird psyche thing that I need to figure out. But however, I look at that and I think, I really am able to talk to a lot of people because I do think I'm a quote unquote open book. And I'm sure you feel the same way, Sarah. But do people deeply know me? No. No. Because to be deeply known, I have to deeply know myself. And I'm figuring some stuff out. I am figuring some things out that need to be deeply known, and I'm like only sharing them. I'm only sharing those things with a handful, 3 people tops. All I'm saying is it's hard.
It's just hard to me.
So hard. It's really hard because as much as I want to have 150 people in my life that are at my table, it really is only 3 to 5 because only 3 to 5 can handle it.
Agreed. And I think that's what he means by you can only emotionally connect with a smaller group of people and you can still be close friends with a bigger group. Those people in that group rotate. Yeah. For example, I have a group of friends from high school. There's a lot of us. And we're all super close to different people in the group. We are our core best friend group. And not everybody was bridesmaids in each other's weddings.
Yeah.
And there wasn't animosity about it, but
no,
you're just closer in that stage of life. And then, 2 years down the road, someone else, if you had gotten married in that moment, someone else would have been a bridesmaid.
That's right.
And I think, that friend group dynamic is so interesting where you can't be emotionally vulnerable to 9 girls at one time.
No way.
You really can't. And so I think sharing that it's allowed to change and fluctuate with your life and your priorities and the way that you're feeling and maybe the way that you're discovering yourself and you recognize something in yourself that you recognize in a friend. Now you're closer because you're talking about it and you're getting to know who you are and who they are in a deeper level. And so I just want people to understand if you are in a situation where you do have friends, close friends that you value so much, and you're thinking and you're struggling and you're saying, well, I don't know if I can pick 3 to 5 out of them. That feels uncomfortable to me. It's kind of why I didn't choose bridesmaids, to be honest, because that felt very uncomfortable to me because I knew my relationships with all of my girlfriends. There was 20 girls at my bachelorette who I felt emotionally connected to. Every single one of that 20 girls was in that group of 3 to 5.
Yeah.
And now they're still in that 15 to 20, group.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just, I would never have been able to pick. I would never have been able to pick. And if you're feeling that way too, just know that that's normal. And just because your capacity changes as you grow and the situation that you're in your life, I don't want you to feel guilty about it. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm failing at my relationships.
Yeah.
And maybe a part of us kind of is. And sometimes I have to check myself.
Be introspective. Please be introspective and think about it.
Life's too short to not have the friendships that you want in your life.
Agreed. Completely.
I'm at my capacity with my friendships and the love I have to give and the emotional availability I have to give. And even though I can connect with someone, it doesn't mean that I need them to stick around. It can be a moment in time that I felt heard, understood, and I move on. And that's okay.
And I gotta say, people do come back around. Like, I had a rift with my best friend from growing up, and it was really hard. It was so hard. She had like this soft spot in my heart where I was just like, man, like if I could reconcile anybody, it would be with her. And I didn't like block her from anything. She wasn't, she wasn't deleted. I didn't do all of the things that I always do where I'm just like, you're done. Like you're cooked. You are in the trash. The trash man is picking you up. Like I get vengeance angry. I get so mad and I'm just like, fine. You don't think I'm worth it? No, I didn't do any of that to her.
Yeah.
I was like, you can simmer. Like, just simmer. Please don't. Please come back.
Yeah.
And she did. And it wasn't even like her coming to me. It was like both of us mutually being like, I am so sorry for everything. Which is wild.
Yeah. I love that you got to reconcile because it doesn't always happen. And the fact that you knew kind of in your heart that
I wonder if it was because of my attitude too.
She can come back. Interesting.
Introspective. Like, maybe it's my attitude that's making all this bad stuff happen.
What? No, maybe it was just your attitude that changed the dynamic of you being able to bring her back in your life because you didn't shut her out completely.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with you.
Except everything.
Get a friend that tells you nothing's wrong with you.
Yeah, get a friend to just like be like, hey,
you're fine.
Come back out of the mist. Come out of the mist.
Join civilization.
To where we are. We're here.
Hello.
That's Sarah for me. Call her. I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Like nothing.
I literally called you today and I was like, tell me why I'm so mad.
You're mad because X, Y, Z. Now hang up and go eat dinner.
Drink water. Drink water.
Touch grass.
Eat food. Eat food, drink water, touch grass. Come back to me when you've done all those 3 things and let me know how it goes.
Therapy is heavy work, okay? Sometimes you just need to touch grass.
Girl.
How humans allocate emotional and cognitive resources. And what they found is that emotional energy, what we have to give, is finite.
Which means time is actually the strongest predictor of closeness. Not history, not loyalty, time. And communication frequency predicts emotional intimacy more than network size.
It's like more than that big 150 number. How much you communicate with each person within that number predicts if they're ever going to be in that circle.
That's right.
Which explains so much. It explains why life transitions shrink friend groups so fast.
Yes. Kids, work, distance, all of that reduces time and energy.
So it's really not that people are just disappearing. It's that your capacity narrows.
Yeah. I think that where we get tripped up is, at least where I get tripped up a lot of the time, is guilt.
Me too.
Yeah. Because culture tells us if a friendship ends, someone failed, right?
Was it you? Was it me?
Is it you? Is it me? Say it's us, and I'll agree, baby. Jump in the Cadillac, girl, let's put some miles on it.
I am just happy. Love that you just sang for us.
Wow.
Thank you.
Love that song.
I've been trying to get you to sing for eons.
Do it.
But to go back to like the guilt, because friendships actually don't usually end in betrayal. Some do. We have all experienced those that have ended really difficultly, that you feel like you never got closure, that you feel like you mourned a death when the person is still alive. I think that is so hard when you are mourning someone who is still alive.
Hard doesn't even begin to describe it, in my opinion.
Yeah. You can, because I don't think you just always miss the person. I think you miss the version of yourself you are with you when you are with that person, with that friend, with that relationship. When I look back at 2016, I look at it like the happiest year of my life, but also with a lot of sadness and a lot of nostalgia and a lot of just missing that version that I'll never be again.
Yeah.
And mourning her, mourning the friends that I lost, the relationships I lost, and so it's an interesting thing to mourn
It is.
your life.
I was talking to a friend the other night. She said grief is going to be forever the weirdest thing in my life. She said just grief is just so weird. And I'm like, I know. Grief is a life of its own. People think that grief is going to go away. Grief does not go away. If you were to think of life in a set of streams, add grief into it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't end. As we grow, things get happier and things get sadder. As we grow, the stakes of life get greater and worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like stakes go up. Thankfully, we have a word for it that when we go that deep into something dark, it's grief. Besides the fact that grief can be beautiful, yes, just remember grief is like a part of life and don't shut yourself out of it. Don't be like, oh, but everything's fine. Like
Yeah.
I even had like an inclination to be like, yeah, but you have a beautiful life. Okay, yes. Yes, I do.
Yes. Two things can be true at the same time.
Two things can be true at the same
It's my
time.
favorite quote nowadays.
It's a beautiful quote.
Thank you.
That's so many quotes. That's like at least 2 quotes that we brought into.
Wow. We're just feeding you goodies. I feel like you can have a beautiful life and still mourn the things you lost.
Absolutely.
I'll be driving the car and a song will come on and it'll be from 2016, baby. And I will be so happy and I'll sing it, or I'll be really sad and I'll cry. And that doesn't mean I don't love my life any less. It
That's
just
right.
means that some part of my heart might just not heal yet. And it might never. Just like Anna said, that grief is a stream. And, I think every part of your life, and whether it was 2016 or not, every part of your life, you're going to grieve as you move on. When I
Absolutely.
see a friend who I'm no longer friends with going through something sad, I might be sad for them, or something happy. I might grieve that I'm not there to celebrate it with them.
Mm.
And all of those emotions are okay.
Say it again. All of those emotions are okay. For any of you people pleasers who are like, no, 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 bad emotions are bad. No, no, no.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
So I think just a little nugget to leave you with. Be intentional
Yeah.
with the people that are in your life. Depth over volume.
Mm-hmm.
Grief of who you were friends with, who you loved, who you were is okay.
More than okay. It's healthy.
It's healthy. And just know that you're just in a different chapter.
And chapters are just transitions.
I think it's time for bed.
That's it for tonight.
Good night, Midnight Girls.